Well, good morning everybody. It's Friday morning and I hope this video finds you well. We're going to be reading a parable that you can find in Luke 16, starting in verse 19, and it's called The Rich Man and Lazarus. There was a rich man who was dressed in purple and fine linen and lived in luxury every day. At his gate was laid a beggar named Lazarus, covered with sores, and longing to eat what fell from the rich man's table. Even the dogs came and licked his sores. The time came when the beggar died and the angels carried him to Abraham's side. The rich man also died and was buried. In Hades, where he was in torment, he looked up and saw Abraham far away, with Lazarus by his side. So he called up to him, "Father Abraham, have pity on me and send Lazarus to dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, because I am in agony in this fire." But Abraham replied, "Son, remember that in your lifetime you received your good things, while Lazarus received bad things. But now he is comforted here and you are in agony. And besides all this, between us and you a great chasm has been set in place, so that those who want to go from here cannot, nor can anyone cross over from there to us." He answered, "Then I beg you, Father, send Lazarus to my family, for I have 5 brothers. Let them warn them, so that they will not also come to this place of torment." Abraham replied, "They have Moses and the prophets. Let them listen to them." "No, Father Abraham," he said, "but if someone from the dead goes to them, they will repent." He said to them, "If you do not listen to Moses and the prophets, they will not be convinced, even if someone rises from the dead." This parable is very interesting and it's told by Jesus, and it packs quite a bit of a punch. Jesus doesn't even bother to give the rich man a name in this story. Rather, he lets him be representative of all people who live life this way. It makes it clear that this man is living a lavish lifestyle at the expense of others. This man lived his life adorned in the finest clothes, including purple, which only the wealthiest could afford, and the man was feasting daily. This guy had it made. Lazarus was adorned in sores, and all he had to eat were the scraps that fell from the rich man's table. This guy was so low that dogs licked his wounds. To the listener, this made him unclean, unable to worship properly. These 2 men's lives could not be more different. Now, this is where it gets interesting when they die. Lazarus is carried to Abraham's side and the rich man goes to Hades. The roles are reversed. Lazarus is now living in luxury and the rich man is living in torment. While in torment, there seems to be a moment of regret, and he calls out for mercy by asking Lazarus to come and give him water. He's actually asking Lazarus to be a servant again. He hasn't changed at all. Jesus is teaching us of the consequences of our actions towards others. The rich man is in torment because of the way he treated others. Even when there seemed to be an opportunity to repent and change his ways, he didn't. He still demands that Lazarus comes and serves him again. Jesus ends this story with quite a sad note. Even if someone to be raised from the dead and provide a warning, the living would still not be convinced to change their ways. And Jesus was about to do that, but still people won't change. So like I said, this parable is both a jab at the religious leaders, but it's also hope for the oppressed. The meaning of the rich man of Lazarus is a warning to those who aren't paying attention to the needs of others, that our attitude like that has no place in God's kingdom, that we need to repent, change our ways, and avoid the torment that we're going to put ourselves in. Only then can we find true happiness. But also there's hope in this story. For those listening, they were often the oppressed, the poor, the sick, they're taken advantage of. For them, this story is one of hope, that one day their pain will end and they will find the life they truly desire with God. This parable is designed to force us, the readers, to reflect on how we treat Lazarus-like people. The rich man remains nameless so that we can put ourselves in his shoes. The rich man knew the need, but he refused even to give him scraps from the table. This story asks the question to us, do we treat people like that? Do we have the resources but refuse to give them? Is our heart hardened to those in need? Well, the good news is, it's not too late for us to change if we find ourselves on the wrong side of the equation. So today, after this video finishes, why don't we think of helping those that serve those that are marginalised? There's some attachments in news from the study about standing up against slavery. We could get involved and support Nigel in his work with the food bank or the many other charities going on in our area and in this country. Let's not be like the rich man towards Lazarus-like people. May God help us to live in God's kingdom the way he desires. Take care, stay safe, we love you, and goodbye.